I know a few of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, Vilas and Clerc were Vilas when I was a kid. Clerc played quite a bit when I played. You know, those were two phenomenal Argentinian players. And then, you know, when I played, the two best Argentinian players were like Martin Haite, like Javier Frana. Then after came Perez Roldan and Mancini. And then after that came a wave. So all of a sudden, this is probably the last 4, 5, maybe 6 years, maybe the most Argentinian players I've ever seen that are this good. You guys must be doing something right. You know, he was like, I remember the first time I came to Paris, and I think Tiriac was coaching him, and he goes, "You want to practice like at 1 o'clock?" And I was like, "Sure." Little did I know he'd been on the court since 9. He played with somebody from 9 to 11, somebody 11 to 1, and me 1 to 3. The guy would stay on the court for like 6 hours. He was like the first original animal. The guy was already in his 30s, and he still practiced like that. And he was the hardest worker I think I've ever seen. Well, obviously he probably made it, you know, he probably made a lot of Guillermos in Argentina, you know, from his name. But I mean, he probably got a lot more people interested in tennis. He was obviously, you know, your guys' most famous tennis player, and he probably got a lot more kids to play. A lot of the kids are probably playing today because the parents probably watched him play.
Yeah.
That's probably the greatest influence he had on your country, is people saw him, they liked what they saw, and that's why a lot of kids became tennis players. And Clerc, maybe from my time, hit the ball harder than any other player. He was like the guys like today who really rip everything. He was a tremendously great player too. She had you know what? She had a lot of charisma, a lot of flair in her game. She just unfortunately came along at the same time as Steffi Graf and Monica Seles and Martina Navratilova. But she was a tremendously talented player. Had a great career. Just like I said, there wasn't a lot to open with Steffi Graf, who won everything. Oh, you guys have a bunch of good players. Nalbandian is a phenomenal talent. You must have like, I don't know, 8 or 9 guys in the top 60. Very deep. But Nalbandian is a tremendous player. Gaudio's had a good career. I mean, Coria, if he starts playing good again. Calari, Acasuso, Cella. And I tell you, this guy, the young guy, is going to be very good as Del Potro. So you guys got a lot of good things going on there. He has, you know what I really like about Nalbandian is he's got a great head. He really, you know, if you look at him, you know, I mean, he doesn't serve 150 miles an hour, you know, but he's unbelievably solid off both sides. A little bit like Agassi, great ball striker, works hard, and he plays well on every surface. He plays well on grass, indoors, hard court, clay. Tremendous talent. Oh, I heard he, you know, well, I mean, he's very strong, you know, and obviously he's trained hard. I've seen him do, you know, quite a bit of stuff, and he's worked hard. You know, I saw him do these jumping squats. I couldn't believe that he could do these jumping squats where he was jumping up on this platform. He's a heck of an athlete. Well, I mean, he's gotten to number 3, and I mean, he's a tremendous player. But right now, you know, there's not a lot of movement at 1 and 2 between Federer and Nadal. I mean, he's a tremendous player. It's not to say that he couldn't move up, but right now with Federer and Nalbandian, I mean, with Federer and Nadal the way they're playing, there's not a lot of room. Now, when you asked that question, you knew the answer yourself. If you have no mind, you have no game. You know, the brain is the biggest is the biggest tool in your body. But he's 24 years old, and there's no reason why he can't, you know, go back to playing the way he was. He's a great talent. He's got great hands, great feet, and I think it's just a matter of time before he starts playing good again. He was a tremendously talented player, and you know, he's just gone off a little bit. But it would not surprise me to see him go back in the top 5. No way. I mean, he's too good of a talent.
No good idea.
That's just me. I don't do it. I wouldn't want to get on the couch, so I don't do it.
Okay.